Hi, good afternoon. This is Catherine with Damn Good Marketing, and this video is for Dave. This with Image Signs of Mckinney. We spoke earlier on the phone. So Damn Good Marketing is part of the Leander Lightning BNI group out of Austin, Texas. And why I'm going to send this over is so you get a better idea of some tips and tricks on how we can help improve your overall internet presence. I think you and I are both aware that unfortunately, yellow pages and white pages really aren't there anymore. So the internet is the way to go when it comes to companies or individuals finding our companies online for the services that we do provide. So we want to make sure that your entire presence is cohesive as well as it's being found. So off the bat, I'm looking at your website. Super cool, very clean. One of the things I can say is on the front page is we could incorporate more information. So the three areas that I'm going to touch on in this video is going to be SEO, which is your search engine optimization. It has a lot to do with the content on your website. The Google My Business, which is also known as GMB. That's how often your name, phone number, and address, it's also called a citation, is out there. And we're going to go through that. And then we're going to talk about backlinks. So I'm going to show you some background information through a company called Ahrefs that we have a subscription to, is how we do all of our research. So just touching on SEO, which is that search engine optimization. Google is constantly combing through our websites to find out what type of service we provide and the value add that we have. And Google likes to see about 1,500 words just on your homepage alone. And why is that? They're coming through to find out what type of service you do provide, but they're also looking for keywords. So keywords are what people search for in Google for a service that they're looking for. So for a prime example, if I put in here signs, and I'm looking in Mckinney, Mckinney, Texas, right here, this would be considered a keyword search, signs, Mckinney, Texas. We'll talk about Google My Business in a second, but when you put in here signs, like a near me search, that has a lot to do with your Google My Business as well as your local relevance to your surrounding areas. So this right here would be considered keyword search. And what Google's doing is when they're coming through your website, they're trying to find all the content on your website as what services you provide and how often those particular keywords are on your website. And I'll show you in a few minutes the different types of keywords that you are being found for. That's part of the analytics I'll go through through Ahrefs. So just to give you an idea, when someone puts in these keyword searches, you have three areas that pop up. Typically, if companies are doing ads, you're going to have ads at the top. This would be considered the middle section, which is your Google Map pack. And then down below is going to be all of the organic traffic. And one of the things I wanted to point out is you do have your company in here right here, images of Mckinney.com. This is going to be your organic. So you're ranking third in organic, which is fantastic. The question would be is what type of areas do you want to service? And the reason I bring this up is if I put in a different location outside of Mckinney, Texas, the question would be, am I going to find you? So the reason why we go through this is to show you where you are being found. So you're being found for the location that you're in, but the question would be is where do you want your business to grow to, and what locations do you want to be found in? So that goes into your Google My Business, and that's another tool that Google uses to verify your company with your name, your address, and phone number. It helps with your Google reputation. And then that's also a place where people can put in reviews. And reviews and photos help with your popularity and credibility online as well. So real quick, if you have any questions, jot them down. But once again, if I go in here and I go take out Mckinney and I just do Dallas, so you get a better idea. Signs, Dallas, Texas. You're now not ranking in that Google Map pack, which is, once again, it's not something that you can't do, which you can obviously do, but that has a lot to do with local relevance, which we can help with. So that is Google My Business. And let's talk about your overall internet presence. So, and once again, Ahrefs, this is the company we used to do our research through. And we're going to pay attention to this top section right here. The UR is going to be the strength of your website. And then the DR is the domain rating. That's how popular Google's going to find your, or the trustworthiness that Google finds your website to be. All the power here between the UR and the DR come from what's called backlinks and referring domains. So a backlink, simply put, is just a link from one website to another, and it can help increase your website's rankings. But the other thing with referring domains, very similar, but referring domain is a high power, high credible website that's linked back to yours. And it shows Google that your website's credible because it's getting a boost from these referring domains. And these are a lot of what these actually cost money. So this is where a lot of that SEO monthly cost comes from, because it does cost money to not just get you ranking higher on Google, but keeping you there as well. So those are part of the monthly costs that where SEO comes into play. Now, not all backlinks and referring domains are created equal. So what we do is, if you're interested in the SEO services, we put together a proposal. We go after your competition and we'll look at their backlinks and their referring domains, and we'll try to mimic or get the same type of backlinks and referring domains that they're using to get the same type of power. So this is where your cost comes into play, and then the time it takes to make sure that, once you get ranking on Google, how you can stay there. Those keywords. So I'm going to click on here so you can see what you're currently ranking for with keywords. And Signs, Mckinney, Texas, you're in that third position. So that's why I found you when I put that search results in. The other things that you're ranking for would be, let's see here, something that's going to be a little bit higher. So Quick Signs, Sherman, Texas, you're ranking 10th. So some of the things that I pay attention to on this page. Volume is how often these particular keywords are actually searched, and the KD stands for keyword difficulty. So anything up to a 5 can take anywhere from 3 months to 6 months to rank for. Which means if the Signs Mckinney, Texas is a 4, you're already ranking for this, but if you weren't, it would take about 3 months to get you ranking for this particular keyword off your website. And the position is where you're falling on Google. So that's why you're in the third position organically right with that. So anything over 10 is going to be on pages 2, 3, 4, etc. So vinyl lettering near me, it gets 2,400, and this is going to be a national, by the way, a national keyword, not a local keyword. So Mckinney, anything that has a location behind it would be considered a local. Anything that's just like a near me or doesn't, like a storefront near me, this is going to be national keywords. So that's being searched 2,400 times in a 30-day time period. And it has a keyword difficulty of 13, and you're ranking on in position 24. Yard Signs Frisco. This would be something we could target. Yard Signs Frisco gets 100 searches a month, has a 9 of difficulty, and you're ranking 15. So anything that has a location, sign companies, Denton, Texas, only being searched for 30 times. It has a 3 as a keyword difficulty. So this would be relatively easy to rank for. And you're in the 12th position, which means you're on page 2 currently. It wouldn't take too much to get you ranking on page 1 for that. So part of the research that we do is going through your competition and showing you real quick what that is. This organic traffic right here is how many people are coming to your website through your keywords off your website just using Google. And just because 18 people come to your website, that doesn't mean you're going to capture 100% of the people who come to your website. Your capture ratio is usually anywhere from 8 to 10%. So that would mean you're probably getting 1 to 2 new clients from your website a month. And this is where all of the SEO services and the content on your website, this is how you get that organic traffic moving in an upward direction. So just to give you your competition out of Dallas, when I did the signs, Dallas, Texas, this company came up, best Dallas sign company.net, and their numbers. So just to show you where you can be going, their UR and their DR are relatively much higher. Both these numbers can go to 100. So we definitely had work on your end, but their trustworthiness and their popularity are higher than yours. They have over 3,000 backlinks and over 470 referring domains. So they're getting a lot of power to their website. But here's where I want you to pay attention to that. Once again, that content on your website and the keywords. So they are ranking for 378 keywords, which is bringing in about 600 plus people to their website a month. And once again, that capture ratio of 8 to 10%. So even 10% at 60, that's a lot of traffic that they're getting off their website. So if we look at their organic keywords, what they're ranking for, Dallas signage, that's being searched 200 times a month. It has a very high keyword difficulty, but they're in the #1 position. Once again, signage Dallas is just a reverse words, 500 searches a month, same type of keyword difficulty. They're still on the top page. So one of the things that we would do is not necessarily try to attack all of these keywords that they're already ranking for, but find something that has a keyword difficulty of, up to 5 to 7 to 8, and start getting you ranking for words that have high volume and a low keyword difficulty in the localities that you want to service. So you might be selling, we could be looking at this all day long. You may not want to service Dallas, and that's okay. But this is why I'm showing you some of the research that has to be done in order to get your website moving in the right direction. We have a pretty website, but if it's not analytically tied into your SEO, then that's all it is. It's not going to do you any good. Okay, so I went through a lot of information. Really, our goal is to provide added value, and then find a time where we might be able to come in and do a one-to-one with you and talk to you about any questions that this might have brought up, but also, go over any questions that we could help with and move you in the right direction, but also get a good referral base going between not just Damn Good Marketing and you, but other friends or family that you might have. So once again, this is Catherine with Damn Good Marketing, looking to schedule a one-to-one with you as a follow-up and answer any questions that this video might have provided. I hope you have a great afternoon.